Nigeria just made one of its biggest crypto decisions ever, and surprisingly, it's not a ban. It's not another crackdown. It's something that could completely change the future of cryptocurrency in Nigeria. So if you own Bitcoin, USDT, Ethereum, or any other digital assets, or you are thinking about getting into crypto, then you need to understand what just happened. For years, crypto in Nigeria has been confusing. One government agency will say one thing today, and another agency will say something different the next day. The central bank had its own position. The Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) had its own rule. Meanwhile, cryptocurrencies and even scammers operated in the middle of all that confusion. Some platforms weren't properly regulated by anyone, and unfortunately, many Nigerians paid the price by losing their money. But that is about to change. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has officially signed a new executive order that changes how cryptocurrency will be regulated in Nigeria. And here is the interesting part. The government did not create a brand new regulator. Instead, it created something called the Virtual Assistant Council. Think of it like a control room where all the major regulators now have to work together instead of working separately. The CBN will chair the council. The SEC and the Nigeria Revenue Service will serve as vice chairs. So rather than each of these agencies making independent decisions, they will now need to deliberate before major decisions about crypto are made. That's a big shift if you ask me. Now let's talk about who regulates what. If a crypto asset behaves like an investment, that is, something people buy hoping it will increase in value, then the SEC is in charge. But if that crypto asset functions more like money, maybe it's something being used for payment, or it's a digital wallet, or even a stable coin used for transfer of value, then the CBN takes the lead. What if nobody can clearly decide which category a crypto product belongs to? Instead of regulators arguing back and forth, the Virtual Asset Council steps in and makes the final decision. That alone could remove a lot of uncertainty that has existed for years. But here's another major announcement that many people overlooked. The CBN is creating what is called a regulatory sandbox. Now don't let that technical name scare you. Imagine a playground but for financial technology. So instead of launching a brand new crypto product directly to millions of users, companies will first test it inside a controlled environment under the supervision of the regulators. If everything works as expected, if the product is safe, if it meets regulatory standard, then it can be released to the public. This helps encourage innovation while reducing the chances of another fraudulent platform appearing overnight. So what does all this mean for an average Nigerian? Honestly, not much. If you're already holding your crypto on a properly registered platform, you don't need to panic. You don't need to move your coins. You don't need to stop trading. This executive order isn't asking ordinary Nigerians to do anything differently right now. What it really changes is how regulators work behind the scenes, and that's actually a good news. Because clearer regulations usually mean more accountability, more investor confidence, better protection for consumers, and hopefully fewer opportunities for scammers to exploit regulatory loopholes. In other words, Nigeria isn't moving away from crypto. It's moving towards a more organized crypto industry. Now we are not done yet. The newly formed council has 30 days to publish the detailed implementation guidelines. That's the document everyone should be watching out for right now, because it will explain exactly how these new rules will work in practice. So while this is a major step, the full picture is still coming. And as always, this is not a financial advice. My job is simply to explain what's happening in the tech space and help you understand it. The decisions you make with your money are entirely yours. If you found this breakdown helpful, save this video, because crypto regulation is going to be one of the biggest conversations in Nigeria over the next few weeks. And now I want to hear from you. Does this new regulation make you more confident about crypto in Nigeria, or less confident? Drop your thoughts in the comment, let's discuss. And like always, my friend, I will see you on the next one.